Integers. What kind of numbers are we most familiar with? Well, they're probably 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. These are whole numbers. We're going to learn about a new kind of number called integers. And the nice thing about integers is it includes all those numbers that we already knew. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. All those numbers are integers. But we are also going to include the opposites of these numbers. And the opposite of 1 is -1. The opposite of 2 is -2. The opposite of 3 is -3. And so on. So we have opposites of all these numbers. 0 is its own opposite. There is no -0. There is only 0. So we got two kinds of numbers here that make up integers. We've got our positive numbers and we've got our negative numbers. Now, hopefully, you already have a very good idea of positive and negative numbers, especially if you live in Minnesota. In Minnesota, in the summertime, we have really nice weather, and it's all in the positive numbers. In the winter, when it's really, really cold, we can see that we can get down into the negative temperature range. So if it's -10 out, it's really cold. Alright, so when we do number lines, because of your experience with temperatures, number lines should be really easy. And they're pretty much the same thing as thermometers. All you're going to do is turn it on its side. So here's my number line. And usually in the middle, I'm going to put 0. That's my starting point. And when we go to the right, that is going to be my positive integers. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. And when we go to the left, those are going to be the negative numbers. And make sure that you go opposite. So the opposite of 1 is -1. Then we got -2, -3, -4, and so on forever. Alright, let's try out some problems. Write a positive or negative integer to represent the situation. Adrian Peterson gains 112 yards rushing for the Vikings. So, gain means that he was getting it. It was going up. His yards were going up. They should be positive yards. He wasn't going backwards. He was gaining. He was going forward. So, 112 yards, you can either write that as just 112 like we normally do, or because if you want to emphasize that it's positive, you can also put a plus sign in front of it. You could say positive 112 yards. Let's try part B. School is canceled when the temperature is 30 below 0. So we're underneath 0 on that thermometer. That's not positive. That's cold weather. That's got to be a -30. And you have to put a minus sign in front of it for negative. Because if you don't, then we will be confused and might think it's positive. So negative numbers always have to have a negative sign. Alright, try some more. Graph the number 3 and its opposite on a number line. So here's my number line I'm going to draw. In the center I'm going to put 0. Go to the right, 1, 2, 3. So there's 3, put my point. And go to the left, -1, -2, -3. And the opposite of 3 is -3. And the interesting thing about numbers and their opposites is that they're the same distance from 0. So 3 is 3 spaces or 3 units from 0. -3 is also 3 units from 0. Let's try the second one. Graph the number -2 and its opposite on a number line. So again, draw my number line, 0 in the center, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. Which of the following numbers are integers? So, integers were all those whole numbers that we knew. So 8 and 22 are whole numbers. And then we're also looking for the opposite of whole numbers. So we've got -4, -9, and those are it. Fractions and decimals are not integers. Made by me.